Well, one of the reasons was because there was a force that drove the group that is evident in the way Morrissey put the sleeves together and in our choice to sign to Rough Trade Records that could have only happened if you grew up in a city that devoured punk rock. Well, as I remember it, as in London, all right, that message was there, but there was a slight tinge of St Martin's Art College about it, which was great. The Pistols were just so fantastically fashionable. Now, you didn't have that with the Drones or Slaughtering the Dogs. Punk was all-pervading in this city. Mancunians took literally and took it to heart. We couldn't have, the Smiths couldn't have done what we did without being the kind of offspring of the...
Why Manchester?
Immigration of old Irish culture and Jewish culture and West Indian culture in the early 60s, you know, and the music that they brought to this city. And I think you can't underestimate that, really. As I understand it, then Manchester at one time had more clubs per capita than any other city in Europe. The fact that the city centre is pretty much bang smack in the middle of the city, and therefore quite easy to get to. He roadies for the Buzzcocks, and he's the brother of the bass player in Slaughtering the Dogs, and that goes on today. On Oldham Street, you can still live in this city and produce stuff like as New Order did famously, and the Smiths did on and off. I saw the Buzzcocks on Top of the Pops having hits and a record deal, and you know that they're from even a less glamorous part of the city than I was from, and you're thinking, right, I mean obviously they're a great band, but you're thinking, wow, okay, it can be done. Because before that, it appeared that you had to have plonked down from Venus, a la David Bowie. One or two people come up to them and ask for their autograph, and they'll say, where are you from? And I'll say, well, actually, I've come from Nottingham. I came to university because of the Smiths or because of New Order. I've heard that plenty of times. Just that amazing melting pot of, is it Hendrix, is it the Rolling Stones, is it James Brown, and, you know, all right, oh, that's got a bit of Sun Ra in it, you know, and, but the bass has got to sound like the MC5. Excuse me? That's how innovation works, isn't it? That's what innovation is, you know, it's like people taking these disparate, absolute disparate elements. I think Bernard Sumner was saying that, you know, it's a human need to have some colour and vibrancy in your life and in your psyche. It was all fired, that's the end, it was all fired by Mike's trips to Chicago and Detroit, I think. That's where it really kind of got the spark, I think.